You know, I'm not even going to start this video with the preamble. Instead, we shall go on this journey together, my friends, as I show you how women, particularly pretty white women, have gaslit an entire generation of men. It's one of the best examples of how they've done this to us. She shall take us away.
I found this video on Reddit, so I'm not sure what this guy's name is. The channel is mostly car videos, but the name says Dante, so I'm gonna go with that. Dante and I have some things in common, actually. Well, really only one thing, and it's the reasoning behind why he made this video and why I'm making this video on his video.
It makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
Maybe I can point out the flaws with some of these things.
Maybe I can point out the flaws with some of these things.
Maybe the women will see this.
Maybe the Dante will see this
and they'll realize, man, I'm doing something wrong here.
and realize, man, I'm doing something wrong here.
If I change this or maybe change the way I think, they'll realize, oh, here's how to get a good guy.
If I change these or change the way I think, they'll realize, here's how you get a good girlfriend.
Now, make no mistake, dear viewer. This young lady's video does not at all exist in any way, shape, or form to be a response to help you all understand on how to obtain a good girlfriend. I'm not going to spoil it. She'll just take us away.
The one I'm reading right now, they're looking for a partner in crime. It made me think a lot of women are attracted to like bad boys, like people who break the law.
People who break the law? I don't.
Now, yes, of course, it's easy to take this man's literal interpretation of an idiom to its worst possible conclusion and respond with, she didn't actually mean a real criminal, what she probably meant was Let's be real. Let's not split hairs here. Let's not pretend that we can't understand a world where people can see an initial question or an initial premise, and then their mind will web out into different type of things. It's very obvious that this young man saw the idiom and then thought to himself, it's funny she should say that, because I've noticed that there are women that will indeed date men who exhibit, if not criminal-like tendencies or behaviors, but actually convicted felons. And that's true. I've talked to plenty of them. Not just women that will, straight up have sex with drug dealers for better deals and whatnot. They just straight prostitute themselves. I've seen that. But I've seen women, again, prefer and date men of such less than savory characters, such as that. Drug dealing is certainly against the law. I've seen women stay with men that have a past or a history of abusive behavior. I've seen, which again, abuse, assault is criminal behavior. Now, you can argue 6 ways to Sunday about how it's a little bit more complex and it's a little deeper than that and XYZ, but criminal behavior. And let's not, here's the thing, this is just the ultimate Getsuga 10 show at this point, but then look at Jeremy Meeks. Look at Jeremy Meeks. Need I go on? Need I continue? We can't sit here and pretend. And here's the thing, let's not even if it's not, women are fine with dating ex-cons, right? I was literally talking to a woman the other day that who's, not only is her boyfriend 20 years older than her, but he's a convicted murderer. It's not just that women will date men who are literally criminals. They will, and they'll find, every excuse, and they show grace and forgiveness for men of such savory character, right? It's not that. But there are also women that will date men that have less than savory character. For example, you have different sales representatives of different companies that will lie to their customers, mislead them, bend the truth a little bit, or get them to sign into contracts that the customer clearly can't pay for. And when the customer has something bad happen to them and they request for help, the sales representative laughs in their face and says, oh, too bad, so sad, I made the sale, I got paid, figure it out. They still have girlfriends. Men of such unsavory character who will lie and manipulate to get what they want because it makes them money. They're the high value men of society because they make lots of money and they're handsome. Those type of men that women will pick, and it bothers them none. It bothers them nilch that these men are such awful people. That's what he's referring to. To sit here and pretend that that's not the case is nonsensical. It's not. It's just. It's baffling. It's not baffling. I have to remember. I'm being gaslit. Continue.
I really think that this woman's profile was implying that she wants to date a literal criminal. She probably just meant that she's looking for someone who will go to Target with her at 10:30 p.m. on a Tuesday to buy face masks, and not that she is actively seeking out a bank robber.
Young lady, you know and I know. Look, okay, I get it. I get it. It's an over-exaggeration. You're trying to undermine his point by bringing up something ludicrous that we're obviously not talking about. Obviously, we're not referring to bank robbers, my friend. We're clearly talking about, again, the drug dealers. We're talking about muggers, thugs, people who of such that regard of unsavory characteristics, particularly in like ghetto areas.
So what do you do for a living? Oh, tax evasion. Oh my God, no way. Yeah, and I also dabble in some vandalism on the side. That is so f***ing hot.
You know, it's really interesting to me, like of all of the different criminal behaviors that women accept, she decides to pick tax evasion, not drug dealers. One of the most common ones that I've come to recognize, men who will sell drugs to people who are clearly addicted and their bodies are destroyed and broken down, some of which she will then have sex with some of those women who are addicted. No, she didn't pick that. She picked tax evasion and vandalism. Which even then, some women who certainly wouldn't care if there were a bunch of males who rid around destroying other people's properties that they spent money on. It's just interesting to me that instead of all of the other different things like convicted murderers, felons who steal stuff, all the different abusive partners women will pick and defend, she didn't pick that as an example of the type of the type of men women are actually in relationships with currently that love to complain about. She picks tax evasion. I see you, pretty white lady. That's right. The main type of criminals women are after are indeed the men who are into tax evasion and embezzlement and pyramid schemes. Yeah. That's what he was referring to.
They put themselves in that situation and the girls are attracted to it. They say they want good guys, but they go after the bad ones. It also made me think, this is probably why there's few females in the construction industry.
There were so many red flags in just those two sentences. First of all, females. Can we not do that? It's very telling if you refer to women almost exclusively as females.
You know what's interesting? A couple of years ago, I think it was Lil Wayne, Drake, and Future. They all collaborated on a song called Love Me. I wonder, have you guys ever heard that song? It's interesting. Yeah, actually, I pulled up the lyrics for that song, and I just want to read a couple of different of those lyrics out there. I find it interesting, how she found, how she took umbrage with our man's usage of female. Okay, let's just read a little bit. Let's just read a little bit of this song, Love Me. Song by Future and Lil Wayne. I guess Drake's hook doesn't matter. Okay. It starts, I'm on that good kush and alcohol. I got some down bitches I can call. I don't know what I would do without y'all. I'm a ball till the day I fall. And then Drake comes in with, long as my bitches love me. Yeah, 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 yeah. I could give a fuck about no hater long as my bitches love me. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I can give a fuck about no nigga long as these bitches love me. That's just the intro to the song. Hey, pretty white lady, I wonder, how many red flags do you think you found in just that opening chorus alone? I'm just curious. I'm just wondering.
Also, saying that women want good guys but only ever go after bad guys just has the nice guy mentality written all over it. Yeah, I don't get it. I am so nice to females. I am so respectful of those bitches. I do not think they're smart enough to choose someone good to date. I think they're f***ing stupid. But I don't get it.
Why won't they date?
Pussy ass niggas stop hating. Lil Tunchi got that fire. And these hoes love me like Satan, man. Yeah, fuck with me and get body. And all she eat is dick. She's on a strict diet. That's my baby. Now, it's interesting to me because You do know Lil Wayne has, like, last time I checked, has like 5 children. I don't know if they're all by the same woman, but he's got like 5 kids. So that means one or more women had sex with Lil Wayne. I also know Jenna Shea had sex with Lil Wayne because she went on a podcast a couple years ago and she talked about it. You know, Future has 9 baby mothers, and Drake, I know, has at least one child that he's probably aware of, that we're all at least aware of. It's really interesting to me, you know, that all these men collaborated on a song like that. That's just the first lines in that first stanza, and it didn't bother any of them. How about that? How about that? Lil Wayne talks about women in such a manner, and it doesn't bother any women when they try to go and have sex with them. Huh. Go figure.
I mean, this is probably why there's few females in the construction industry, like, because guys seem to build and women want to destroy.
Oh, this is why there are so few women in construction, because females just want to destroy.
Okay, now, granted, if you look at it literally, that may not be entirely accurate, right? Women aren't physically grabbing sledgehammers and destroying stuff. But if you take into consideration the way that feminists like to deconstruct society, if you look at the way feminists criticize society, if you look at the way feminists, or you look at the way a lot of women complain about even the patriarchy, it's always talking about dismantling the established system of the world and never building it or replacing it with something that should work better or more efficient. It's always about removing something that currently exists, sex, gender roles, but never replacing it with something that would be better or more efficient or that would work. Again, it may not literally be that women want to destroy everything, like physically, but the way they criticize things, look at the way Anita Sarkeesian came in, deconstructed video games. She didn't really talk about how improving them. Most of her commentary was about how they were bad or there's something wrong with it. He has much more of a point than, well, you do, honestly.
It's nothing to do with the fact that it's a male-dominated field within which women are often made uncomfortable and treated horribly compared to their male co-workers. Nay. It's
okay. All right. So number one, let's stop with male-dominated. All right. A recent commenter came, and I remember you taught me well, that we shouldn't refer to industries that have a lot of men as male-dominated, but more as male-prominent, meaning that there are more men that are in that industry, not so much that the industry is dominated by men and that's no barrier to entry to women. Because when you really look at things, you have to be, you really are making women look pathetic when you say that the reason why women aren't construction workers is because they're made uncomfortable by their male coworkers. Because the entire job of construction working is being uncomfortable, right? If you're picking up heavy objects, it's uncomfortable. If you're in a high area where you could fall and die, I'm going to be pretty sure you're uncomfortable. If you're operating heavy machinery that can destroy this building that all these different people have been working on for the last couple of months, I'm pretty sure you're going to be just a wee bit uncomfortable. To say that women aren't in construction working because they're uncomfortable, because the males around them make them feel bad, makes women look weak, and I'm going to be honest, pathetic. Really what's going on is women just don't like construction working. Women don't like physically demanding jobs usually. It doesn't mean there are no women, but even the women that are oftentimes in construction probably aren't the ones that are being the main heavy lifters. They're probably the ones that are more planning and architectural and schematics. Again, it doesn't mean that there are no women who aren't strong enough to be construction workers, but it's male prominent because more people that have the physical strength to move these things are men. Now, the main point is that men generally throughout anywhere in society are the ones that are building different infrastructures, whether it be a company, a business, a group, any type of setting. It's mostly men that are building something, and then it's women that come to join it later, and then they complain about the way it operates because they don't like the way it makes them feel. Case in point, what you're saying right now, saying that the reason why women don't want to be construction workers is not because they can't hack the job. No, it's because their feelings get hurt because of the different men are going to make them feel bad. I guess because they might try to date them or something, or something. I don't know. They'll do something to them. I don't know what they're going to do. It's going to make them feel bad. You make women look pathetic when you say that, and if you're trying to make women look pathetic, keep it up. You're doing a great job.
It's because women want to destroy things. Hey boss, great news. We just wrapped up construction on the new Burger King. Oh, that's great, Jeremy, and we're ahead of schedule. Rebecca, what are you doing? Stupid female brain, not know how to build, only know to destroy. Rebecca, please. Please stop, Rebecca. Rebecca, we can't keep rebuilding Burger Kings.
Probably why the typical guy is the one who gets down on one knee, and then at the same time, it's the women who are typically the ones that hand them papers and to say sign here. Men create and women destroy. They just want to watch the world burn.
Jesus, dude. I would say who hurt you, but I think we all know.
Man, oh man. If Ichigo has the Getsuga Tensho, if Naruto has his trusty Rasengan, if Yusuke has his all-powerful spirit gun, Inuyasha has his wind scar, and Goku has his Kamehameha wave, do women love to ask, who hurt you? That seems to be their special attack. They love to ask, who hurt you? Women hurt him.
I am sorry that you had an experience, obviously, where your heart got broken.
No, you're not. If you were sorry, you would be attempting to see him in the best possible light, to try to see in between the lines of his commentary and try to understand where he's coming from. Except you're trying to see the absolute worst of anything he says. You're trying to make him look to be worse than what he really is. You're not sorry. You're a jerk, but you're not sorry.
I am sorry that you had an experience, obviously, where your heart got broken, but lots of people get their heart broken.
Let me guess. But they don't become misogynistic men. You know, it's particularly interesting that it's very seldom does anyone ever see women get ran through by men and then ever say, I understand that you got your heart broken, but there's no reason for you to be misandric and say that all men are trash. You ever notice that? You ever notice this, like, very seldom does anyone have an issue with women hating all men, but if you accurately describe an issue that you see with a lot of young ladies, who hurt you? Just because you got your feelings hurt doesn't mean you have to hate all women. I bet that's what she's about to say. Watch. I guarantee you that's what she's about to say.
And they don't turn into a misogynist.
Yeah. Yeah, we knew. We all knew. I didn't even have to watch this video prior to making this video response. We all knew that's what she was about to say.
Another thing on here, there's one question on here. I had to make myself breathe because I thought it was so funny. The height, another hypocrisy where it says, how tall do you want your partner to be? And mine is I don't like short girls.
So you don't like women, you don't like short women, you don't like women who have height preferences.
Oh, you know where it's going. You can see her mashing B on her controller, right? You can see her charging it up. What do you think she's about to say, guys? You know what's coming. She's lining her sights up for that one. You know what she's about to say, don't you? Don't you? We all know. We all know. Let's see if she does it. Let's see if she does exactly what we all know she's about to do.
Women in construction. Are we sure you like women?
Yeah, I'm telling you. If Yugi has the Dark Magician, Jaden has Neos, Yusei has the Stardust Dragon. Women they love their signature card, their trump card they love to summon is, do you actually like women? Why don't you just date men since you like them so much? Do you actually even like girls? Why do you even care? They love it. They can't get enough of it. Maybe, ladies, maybe he's not gay and maybe he does like women, but he just doesn't like your behavior and the way that you portray yourselves on the internet. That might be the possibility. No, obviously he's gay, obviously.
And they have no problem saying they don't want to date guys under 6 feet tall. And I'm 6'2", so I'm there. However, even I have difficulty finding someone to actually just go out with or just to talk to.
Well, that makes no sense. I can't imagine why women don't want to have a conversation with you. That's weird.
And with no makeup, she's a 10. And she the best with that head. Even better than Corinne. She don't want money. She want the time we could spend. Okay, Lil Wayne. Okay, okay. She talks about money. She said, 'cause I really need somebody, so tell me you're that somebody. Girl, I fuck who I want, and fuck who I don't. Got that A1 credit, and that filet mignon. Oh, I see. He was being sarcastic. Because at first I was like, you can't tell me he doesn't want your money, and then you start talking about how you have good credit and money. He's being sarcastic. Okay, I get you, Lil Wayne. I see you. She said, I never want to make you mad. I just want to make you proud. I said, baby, just make me come. Then don't make a sound. He's got 5 children. Lil Wayne. He's got 5 kids. Drake has 1 child. Future has 9 baby mothers. Women heard the 3 of them collectively work and make this song and release it. And it didn't bother them at all. It didn't stop any single one of them from trying to have sex with those men. But a dorky, dweeby, tall white man makes a YouTube video. And you can clearly see how women wouldn't want to be interested in talking to him. Operative word being, you can see why. Okay, pretty white lady. Oh, okay.
Your jacket in this picture. It's super cute. Thank you. I got it at Target. Oh my god, I love Target. I could get lost in there for hours. I am looking for a partner in crime who will go to Target with me any time of the day. I think I can help with that. And here is an example of how not to start a conversation with a woman. Greetings, dumb, stupid female. I am decently fond of that jacket you happen to be wearing. Thank you. I got it at Target. Did you destroy the Target?
It's funny to me that she didn't see the pun there, but I saw it.
I'm sorry. I bet you threw a big old block of C4 behind you as you left. I did not. Typical female. They simply lack. I feel like this isn't about me anymore. They destroy everything in their wake.
Real nigga fuck these haters. These hoes got pussies like craters. Can't treat these hoes like ladies, man. Pussy, money, weed, codeine. She say my dick feel like morphine. Hope my name tastes like sardines to these niggas. She wake up, eat this dick. Call that breakfast in bed. I call her heartbeat. No. I feel her heartbeat. I chest to chest with this bitch. Now turn around face down. I'm arresting this bitch. Yeah, all my bitches love me. And I love all my bitches. But as soon as I come to my senses. I would say these hoes' names. But then I would be snitching. And all these haters try to knock me. But they can't knock me off the hinges, man. Tunchi.
Specifically stated that I will only date someone who's at least 5'7". I'm giving them somewhat a leeway.
Leeway? That's leeway?
That's leeway.
I am 5'7". I don't know if that's considered tall, but I do know that I'm tall enough for my grandma to comment on it every time she sees me and complain whenever I wear heels. The average height for women in the US is 5'4". So you actually also have a tall height preference, which there's nothing wrong with that, unless you just said, in basically the same breath, that you don't like women who have a tall height preference.
Well, if you were listening to him, you would recognize that what he was actually saying is that he doesn't like the fact that he has a tall preference and the women he talks to also have a tall height preference. But they will disregard him for having a preference while they maintain their preference. In other words, they're being hypocrites. It's wrong for him to have a height preference, for him to prefer a woman to be X height, but it's okay if they prefer men to be X height. The difference being is for this guy, he has some flex or give, saying that he would date someone that might not be specifically 5'7". Women, on the other hand, get upset if you're like 5'11".
Most of the ones that I message, and sometimes I even mention that fact, and that they don't respond. And it's like, what's the point?
I don't know, Dante. Maybe one of their personal preferences is for guys that don't have rooms missing a third of its walls.
You are so catty and shallow that I don't know why I'm surprised you're a woman. Oh wait, did that sting? Was that sexist? Was it a little bothersome for me to assume that you are shallow and catty because of your gender? Then maybe you shouldn't add shallow and catty. Maybe you should actually address the young man's points and his opinions and how he feels about the world, rather than pointing out some little mistakes about his house. First of all, he could be renovating. Why am I even defending this? He could be renovating. You don't know his situation. You don't know why the drywall's not on the wall right now. You don't know. But no, to undermine his point, let's make fun of his surroundings, because instead of actually addressing what he's saying and coming to logical, critical conclusions about the world and maybe seeing where he's wrong or right, let's just make fun of him. That makes more sense.
The majority of y'all, honestly, y'all are hypocrites. I see a lot of girls who are like 5'4", and you still don't want to, you're looking for someone taller, but you're being a hypocrite about it, but you don't want to date anyone that's under 6 feet. Like, they have to be at least 6 feet tall. And it's just very hypocritical and illogical.
The woman was too stunned to speak.
Did you just call women hypocrites for having a tall height preference? Dante, it's the same fucking thing, Dante.
Yes, that is what would make them hypocrites. They have a preference that they do not give on, but get upset when a man has the same preference. That's hypocrisy.
And it's just very hypocritical and illogical. And I don't like that.
Yeah, and you just said that you don't want to date anyone under 5'6". 5'7" is the minimum. 5'6", you would date somebody 5'6", but that's probably it.
5'6" and under, like, I got no problem dating you, but that's probably all it's gonna be.
So 5'6" is not wifey material.
Girls are like 5'4", but you don't want to date anyone under 6 feet.
That's an 8-inch difference, right? If a woman is 5'4" and wants to date someone who's at least 6 foot, that's an 8-inch difference. You are 6'2", and your height preference is at least 5'7". So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7-inch difference in height. So you basically have the same exact height preference.
I'm going to be a bit pedantic here and say that that's not exact by definition if it is different.
That you just gave as an example.
And it's just very hypocritical and illogical.
The only difference is you are the tall one. It's the same thing, Dante.
It's the same fucking thing.
You know, I believed that because you were snarky and a bit articulate that you were intelligent and perhaps just influenced by your feminist beliefs and understandings of the world. But now I see that I was wrong. You legitimately just are stupid. You just are dumb. Huh. I kind of feel a little bit bad for you now.
I would much rather be with someone who's like half decent but intelligent and thinks for themselves.
Well, that doesn't exactly seem accurate. I just want a woman who can think for herself, as long as she agrees with everything I say and thinks exactly like me.
I lost a few good bitches, met some more bad bitches, and I be schooling them niggas. Pose for your class picture. Now kiss my ass if you hate. I'm getting ass, so I'm skating. Yeah. And then the stanza repeats itself. Now, you know, some people might come along and criticize me for criticizing this song. They would say, well, thus, I do not believe that it is fair for you to criticize the behaviors of Drake, Future, and Lil Wayne. They are simply entertainers performing a character. They do not truly believe that this is how one should act in their true lives. And I would say, oh, is that right? I mean, considering the fact that Drake has had several different relationships with thick video vixen ex-girls, one of them of which you could find nudies of and naked videos of if you should so choose, one of which he impregnated and has a child with. I question just how much of this is not how these men actually operate, considering the fact that Future actually has as well had not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, not even 8, but 9 different children by different women of the video vixen groupie girl variety. And considering the fact that I know that Jenna Shea, who is also a urban model, thicky girl, had sex with Lil Wayne. I know because she talked about it when she was on a podcast talking to a porn star. What was that porn star? I think her name was Kelly Divine. This was a couple years ago, actually. See how long my memory is when it comes to this dumb nonsense? Considering the fact that these men have actually lived that life, I don't think we can say that that song is simply a performance. Simply them portraying or acting as characters. Seems to actually be what those men do. And considering the fact that those men actually do have sex with women of this caliber and treat women in this way and refer to women as bitches, I find it incredibly interesting that that doesn't stop these men from reproducing at all. Oh, but dear Dante here, a tall, derpy, dopey, dweeby white man, criticizes women's hypocritical behavior and silly standards. And not only is he mocked and derided as being gay, or implied at least, certainly straight up called misogynistic, and implied to be stupid for it, you can clearly and easily see and understand why Dante isn't reproducing. It's easy to understand how his one YouTube video that probably barely got any views until you commentated on it is clearly going to be, dare I would say, repellent for females. But that song that Lil Wayne, Drake, and Future was on, that's fine. That's okay. Totally okay. No problem there. I just wanted to make sure I got the rules correct. Now, the rest of the video is a dumbass skit that we really don't need to go through. So, let's just wrap it up here. I do find it. It will never cease to amaze me how Love Me as a song gets to like thrive. I mean, do me a favor, dear viewer, go look up the song Love Me and watch the music video. You're going to notice something particularly interesting. I'm going to spoil a little bit. You're going to notice the way that all of the women are portrayed in that music video are of beasts, of animals. They're all chained and collared in a lot of different BDSM type gear, combined with the actual song itself. Just is not a very, you would say, savory portrayal or image or thought of females, right? Ho 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 ho. You can see how misogynistic I am when I refer to the female part of our species as females. Ho 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 ho. But apparently that song and that portrayal of women, that's not sexist. No problem there. You ever notice how not a single feminist has ever complained about that song? In fact, the only person I've ever seen ever complain about that song is the rap critic. And the rap critic is a black man. Go figure. Go figure. You ever notice no pretty white lady has ever criticized that song? I've never seen it, at least. Maybe I'm wrong. I would love to be incorrect. But man, is it really interesting that this woman finds Dante's Nice Guy video and she feels the need to criticize that as a misogynistic piece of video, I guess you could say literature for lack of a better word, to show us here on the internet just how bad these men are. And you see, this is the reason why I need to make this video. There's a reason why I make videos like this, because I'm so sick and tired of people pretending, particularly feminists, acting like these men, these incel, dweeby, dorky dweebs are the issue and they're the main misogynistic force in the world, when all these different rappers can have all these different children they don't take care of with women they don't even fucking like. Really? Seriously? Some dorky, dweeb on the internet complaining about his tough time dating on the internet is somehow worse than 3 prolific rappers who are constantly having children with women they don't fucking like is free pass and fair. God forbid incels complain about people on the world. But this portrayal of women in cages, wrapped up like animals, treated like they're nothing, like they're damn near cum machines or cum rags is totally fine. And this, my brothers, and some of my sisters, is why I say we are a generation of men who have been gaslit. A generation of men who are treated like we're crazy, like we're out of our friggin' minds when we see reality for what it really is. And the reality is, women are picking crappy people to reproduce with. They just are. Is it all of them? No. Is it a lot of them? Yes. Is being toxic, crappy, and downright shitty a perfectly fine way to get into a relationship with someone? Abso-friggin-lutely. As long as you're attractive, as long as you've got status, as long as you've got something that woman wants, it's totally fine to mistreat her. Ironically, the only people that will ever have any issue with that, interestingly enough, is men. You ever notice how it's all men who are crappy and shitty whenever a woman breaks up with some dude that treated her like crap when she was the one that picked him? But again, we are the crazy ones. We're the misogynists. We're out of our friggin' minds when we see reality for what it really is. And this shit drives me up the wall. And we need to stop pretending that the true threat of the world, the true issue between men and women, are bloody nice guys who are sad because they can't find women to date. This is absurd and downright ridiculous. With that being said, I actually hope you guys got something out of today's video, and if you did, man, go ahead and click the like button. And shoot, go and click that subscribe button. Comment in the comment box below, and as always, you guys have yourselves a great day. I'll see you cool cats soon. Adios.